instead of 4 scripts this month. We're gonna do 5. So I finished draft 3. I did some major changes. Good morning, welcome back to the channel. It is 7:30. Welcome back to another week of writing, NaNoWriMoCamp week 2. For this week, I will be writing the 3rd draft of what I was working on last week. The major thing this week I'm going to do is revisions to a workplace comedy that I have, but today, this morning, I'm going to write a short film. So basically this weekend, my friend approached me about wanting to collaborate together once again. This is one of my theater buddies. We've worked together before, theatrically together after school, and he wanted to work together again. And he pitched this idea for a short film to me and asked if I would be interested in writing it. I wrote the opening scene Saturday. Today's Monday. I don't know if I said that at the beginning, but this morning I'm just gonna see if I can write the whole first draft of it, and then we will go back to a regularly scheduled programming tomorrow. But when stuff comes up, why not throw another script into the mix? Instead of 4 scripts this month, we're gonna do 5, and I'm gonna try to get the first draft done this morning. Let's see what happens. Let's chat while I eat my breakfast on my unmade bed, because I'm an adult and you find the little things in life. Also, hi, my name is Olivia. I'm an emerging writer based in Toronto. This is what my channel is about if you're new, which I'm sure everyone is. This is like my 3rd video. If you want to know more about who I am, feel free to check out my intro video. I ramble on about myself and it's there. This morning I finished writing the first draft of the short film. It took me about 2.5 hours to do it. So I sent it to my friend, and it's just super rough draft. Like, I just needed to start writing it for the sake of finding the story. That's gonna be all my writing for today, and then tomorrow I don't work my job at all, so we're gonna be working on the revisions for my half-hour sitcom for the whole day, and then I'll work on my 3rd draft throughout the week. Something I wanted to clear up that I'm doing this week, and I had mentioned this month in NaNoWriMo, and that I mentioned in last week's video, was I'm doing a spec script on Bluey. And I had some people text me and say, what the hell is a spec script? What's Bluey? Which is fair. So I want to clear that up. So Bluey is a TV show. It's a really famous kids show right now. And a spec script is short for speculative script. And it's essentially when you write a script knowing it won't be produced, knowing it won't be made, and you write a script for an already existing show. And I want to do a spec script for Bluey because it'll be a sample of me writing in another person's voice. And when you're staffed on it in like a show, that's all you're doing. You are writing in the tone of the showrunner's voice and what they want. Spec scripts now, it's less of a need for it or a want for it, even though it really depends on the showrunner. Especially in like half-hour comedy, I've learned they really want originals. Like, they want to see what your brain can do, all that kind of stuff. Whereas like, I think it was like the 90s and like early 2000s, spec scripts were like all you would write. And some rules about a spec script that still apply is you always want to write for a show that is on air. It kind of becomes useless when that show is over. No one will be writing a spec script now for Friends, for The Office. Another thing you wouldn't do is you would never write for the show you want to get on if that's who you're giving your spec script to. So like this Canadian show that I've been watching and really like is Shelved. I would never write a spec script for Shelved and then give it to the showrunner as a means of, look at my writing, look what I can do. Because by doing that, and this is what I learned in school, what a teacher warned us against, you're setting yourself up for failure because you're not gonna meet what they want, and so much of scripts in general are rewritten by the showrunner, so to give them a version of their show is just, yeah, it's really setting yourself up for failure. But yeah, some people really want spec scripts, but more so nowadays it's originals, but it's also whether you use it to get an agent or to get a job. It is a really good practice to do because you're learning how to write in someone else's voice and in their structure, in a specific show structure. But that's what a spec script is, and I forgot to explain that, and it's so fair that not everyone knows what that is. I only really learned when I was in school. So for the rest of the day, I think I'm going to, because it's 10:30 now, I don't have to be downtown till 2 o'clock. I'm gonna take the morning nice and easy. I'm reading Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman because in August I'm gonna do Neil Gaiman's writing routine. I've read 2 of his books so far, and I'm also just really enjoying reading his books. And then go off and have some fun and watch some theater and see friends. So I will check in tomorrow. I will see you then, and we'll get working on some comedy. It is Tuesday, July 11th, 9:52. Woo! I don't know why I feel the need to prove the date to you, but I do. So today we're kind of changing plans. Also, while I update you, I'm gonna make my bed. So today I'm gonna kind of change plans on what I initially had. So I was going to work on my workplace comedy, start the revision process of that. But basically what happened was, yesterday I had a great day, you know, day off. I wrote a short film, first draft, which is pretty cool. But at the end of the night, I kind of had a bad night, you know? Sometimes your mental health is like, you're not gonna have a good night tonight. You're gonna go home and stay up late and live inside your brain for a bit too long, which is okay. And there's space for that, even though it sucks. So I just am now kind of getting my day started today, which will affect my writing plan for the week, but we're still gonna be doing 5 scripts in 4 weeks. All gonna be good. I think because right now the stuff that I'm writing is by choice, so I have the freedom and liberty to like change it as I need to, as opposed to, you know, being hired and having to stick to a plan, which I can do even when I'm not doing well. I did it with school. I had to stay on top of things in certain orders, but now I can kind of move it around. So today, because I've been in such a kid's vein lately, I'm gonna write my 3rd draft today. You know, I've gotten enough notes on it, and that actually is a really big priority because I do want to get more recognized in the kids scene, so that's the first step. So we're gonna do that today. Thursday is the only other day this week I have completely off. So Thursday I will start one of my comedies. I might do the teen comedy first instead of the workplace comedy because I know that's gonna take less of my brain space. It's less restructuring, whereas the notes on the workplace comedy, it's gonna take a lot of brain space to do that, and I want to give it the brain space it needs. So I might save that till next week and start my teen comedy. Totally forgetting to make my bed right now. Yeah, so today I am going to go to a coffee shop to work on the 3rd draft and not leave until I'm done it. Also, yay, all made, woo! Update time! Hey, that was obnoxious, but oh well. So I finished draft 3. I did some major changes. I really restructured it, reformatted it. I know it probably doesn't make sense because I'm not giving detail, but I also don't want to give tons of detail because I'm actually really liking this idea and I don't know, may want to pursue going out there and pitching it one day. That's why it's sometimes it's weird sharing writing. You're like, I don't know how much to give away. So it's my mom. She's giving it one last grammar check before I send it out to the writer, just to make sure I didn't accidentally miss anything. It was very productive. I'm very happy with how it turned out now. I'm way more confident in the story. I got so many amazing notes. Like, my friends really helped me out. It wouldn't have gotten to where it is now. The other people's perspectives are so valuable. So yeah, I'm really happy with where it is. I think there's another writer who I'm gonna send it to also, or ask him if I can send it to him. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna send out those emails. But other than that, I have a nice chill day, which is good. I think I mentally kind of need that right now because I'm finishing off Fringe, so I have lots of social stuff, and I'm an introvert. Like, I need alone time. So it's nice having that today. It's definitely helping me recharge. I'm gonna read, I'm gonna chill. It's a lovely day. Lovely day. Wow, that was, can't speak. Yeah, I will see you Thursday, where it'll be another full writing day. Also, I forgot to mention, at the end of NaNoWriMo, like at the end of the month of July, I will count how many pages I've written, how many words I've written in this past month, just so you know that is a thing. So that is very much like a NaNoWriMo thing. You track your progress by words and everything, and I think I'm just gonna like round it all up at the end and see kind of what I did. Good morning. Welcome to Thursday. It is 7:50. Super exciting. Yesterday was Wednesday. I didn't do any writing. I worked, so today's Thursday though. So basically, we're almost done with the kids script. I swear, we're barely gonna touch on it today. But basically, I was chatting with the writer who I've been meaning to send my script to. I just sent her a little message like, hey, I finished this original kid script. Can I send it to you? And we were talking about it a little bit, and I was like, it's 12 pages long. Is that okay? And she said, actually, it's a little tight. Usually animation is 14 to 16 pages. Because in live action, one page usually equals around a minute, but in animation, one page usually equals about 40 seconds. Because of all the physical comedy bits and the visuals for it. She said honestly that 12 pages is like a good problem to have, because now you can just go in and add jokes, add little bits, extend stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do this morning, just add some jokes in. Nothing crazy, nothing reworking. Like, I'm not even gonna do what I usually do for a new draft and start a new document. I'm just gonna go into the draft 3 that I have and add stuff. And then I'm gonna send it off to her, and then we will start a new project. I'm gonna start revisions for my teen comedy. We're gonna start that today. I have to be on the other side of town for 2. I need to wrap up my day probably around noon, so I won't be able to finish it. Revisions will probably take today, and I have Monday off, so Monday. And then hopefully Tuesday we'll switch over and do revisions to the workplace comedy. That one I really want to sit down and sink my teeth into, because that's gonna take a minute. This will be the last day of writing for this week, because tomorrow morning before work I'm going to start editing this video. Saturday I work kind of like 9 to 5, so I'll have to continue editing in the evening. Sunday I'm going to release, and then I have a day off, and that'll be social day. And Monday we'll get back into it, so let's get to writing. Okay, so I added more jokes into the kids show. I got it to 14 full pages. Yeah, I didn't want to overdo it, and I feel like she said she'd read it and see where there's opportunity as well to expand. So yeah, I feel good about it. I sent it to her, I sent it to another writer, sent it to my friend, and now we're gonna start doing one of the sitcom revisions. We're moving on from kids, we're moving on from the short film that I gave you no information about. This is where it gets a little weird of like how much I want to share, because these are my samples that I intend to use for agent purposes, so I'm not going to give strenuous detail on them. But this is a half-hour comedy for teens. If you know the show Never Have I Ever, it's a Mindy Kaling show. It's kind of a show in that vein, but with a twist on the protagonist. Very like Never Have I Ever, Mean Girls kind of vibe. That's kind of the world we're playing in. It's a lot of cringe comedy, just awkwardness, fish out of water kind of story. But yeah, so I'm gonna be working on that and applying some notes. So let's get to work. Okay, so it is a couple hours later. I've done the first draft of edits, applying all those notes. I'm gonna give it a few days because I won't be able to write for a few more days, and then I will come back to it and read it over and just kind of do some more edits. I haven't read that script in a while, so I'm even like going through it and seeing stuff that I just want to change on my own and edit. So I'm gonna do that on Monday. We're done writing for the week. Thank you so much for joining another week of NaNoWriMo. Again, we will do a final word count of all the work I've done at the end of the month. Stay tuned. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Not Twitter. I don't have Twitter. TikTok. But yeah, so please like and subscribe. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in and have a great week. Bye.